Hey everybody, I'm Rob,
And I'm Lori Marie Jenkins.
and we are both artists, and we have
Moved
moved
to
to Costa
Costa Rica.
Rica.
Yes, we have. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome. It should be Saturday morning in most places. Rob and I have had a busy week. We just got up from our siesta, so a
hmm
little groggy, but running out of daylight and a few things that need to happen still yet today. So we are plunging in.
We're here. We're here. It was a good day. It was a good week.
As most of you know, we have been looking for property. And we have found property.
Yep.
And I am very excited about it. Very, very excited. I will explain what the property is like from my point of view, and then Rob's going to tell you some of the hoops that we've had to jump through this week because of it.
Been a hoopy week.
It has been a hoopy week. Ay, ay, ay. So the property is in Platanillo. We've purchased 2 hectares, which is about 5 acres.
About 5 acres.
About 5 acres. It is off the main road, so easy to find. It has a small, we call it the casita, at the top of the property, which is where we will live, while the large house is being built down below. So when we found it, it was overgrown jungle and very hard for me to envision anything. But we hired a company to come in and flatten the land. So now the land is flattened. We have a driveway down.
Just a part of the land is
Right.
flat. Yeah.
Just the part for the house.
Yeah. It's called a plantel.
Yeah.
So just a small area to build a house.
Correct. The rest still remains jungle
And steep.
and steep, very steep. In fact, we saw some monkeys there this week when we went to see
Very
the
fun.
property, which was very fun.
Yeah.
I'd say they were cappuccino monkeys, but
Capuchin.
capuchin.
Or white-faced. Pretty common. They're awesome.
Yeah, so they were playing in the trees one time when we went down. So yes, small area cleared for the house, driveway cleared down to the plantel, which is where the house is going to be. So work has started on the property, and now the hoops.
Right, so we don't own it yet. We have begun the process, and as we've heard from everybody, everything takes longer here, and it takes longer even than you think it will. So what we have currently is we have what's called a sales purchase agreement. It is a common thing, and it's basically a contract. And so it's a contract stipulating this and that. There are a number of steps that need to happen before we will take ownership. One of them is the surveyor's report, topographer report. Very important. Nothing actually happens until the topographer's report is in, because until this is an officially mapped out plot of land, literally marked all of the sides of the property, it doesn't exist. So once that's official, then that is our slice of land to purchase.
So the owners of the land were selling 8 hectares, which is way too much for us.
Right.
So we negotiated 2, and Rob has actually walked the property with the surveyor.
Mhm.
And so adjustments need to be made on that. That's one of the things that we're waiting for. I guess that's the big thing we're waiting for.
Right.
now.
And so the surveyor's report is part of the sales purchase agreement. But for those of you who are looking into this in the future, we did not use a realtor. This was found through word of mouth, but a sales purchase agreement is basically an agreement between the selling side and the buying side about what will happen and when, and down payment and closing costs, and there's a lot of due diligence on the property, and that involves making sure there are no liens, there are no monies owed by the owners of the property. If there are utilities on the property, that they work. If there's a creek or a road or anything like that, that the proper setbacks have been observed. Nothing is built in, areas where things can't be built.
So that's what the surveyor and Rob have
No,
been...
no, no, that's not the surveyor. That's the SPA. That's the
Oh,
sales.
I'm sorry.
That's the sales purchase agreement that stipulates all of these things.
So we went to San Isidro to an attorney's office
Uh-huh.
and did that
Yeah,
with the owners of the property.
right. So that is exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. Just for us, it's a reality check to just realize that it's things are going to take a while here.
And they're done differently here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a guarantee. A lot of people have been through this process and something has happened and it's fallen through. And so we're being very, very hopeful that it's a good thing and it's all going to happen. So we're letting you guys know our process here.
Yeah, and the universe has been very, very kind to us.
Yes.
So we're living in a lot of faith right now, which
Yep.
is good.
Yeah. So we had done a wire transfer before when we bought our car. And that process was very smooth, but that process was moving money from a U.S. bank to another U.S. bank. Almost immediate, no problem. With the some of the work that we had done on the property, as well as the down payment to the escrow company, we have had to do international wire transfers. So from a U.S. bank to a Costa Rican bank. It is a completely different animal.
Yes, it is.
Completely different animal. Because the communication, the time, the logistics, the amount of checking that the Costa Rican banks do on where the funds came from, everything, it's very slow. And so we actually had a wire transfer to some people who had done work on the property, and it's been a long time, way longer than it should have been, and we don't know where it is. We don't know what's going on. We think that the person who we were sending the money to here in Costa Rica did not have their account set up properly. And we think that's the issue. Our banks seem to have no problem. I have talked with them. So it's definitely more difficult to do anything financial here.
So we went to Uvita today, to the bank,
Yep.
to clear things up, and you pick a number, and you sit in a chair, and you watch the little numbers above the clerks, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's your turn, you go up, and Rob was able to communicate with them, and we will find out some answers.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
so that's one of the hoops.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the finances thing, I know there's a lot of people who have different solutions, have different things that have worked for them, and it might not work for us. So that's where we are, is figuring out what method works for certain things. And so using the bank to communicate is a little harder. You're not always going to find somebody who speaks English there. My Spanish is pretty good.
Really good, actually. It's really good.
So it's a big help. But when I'm in the bank and they've got a mask on for COVID reasons and I'm hard of hearing, it's a challenging adventure.
Mm-hmm. But we're getting through it. We're getting
Yeah.
through it. So
Yeah.
thank you for your support around that.
Uh-huh.
We will keep you posted as our process continues.
Yeah.
With the paperwork, with the SPA, with the purchasing of with the property, and anything that's going on, the progress of our living there. So we are here until at least September 20th. And
Yep.
After that, if everything goes according to Hoyle, we will move into the little casita, and we'll drag you along with us. So it'll be a process.
Right.
So this weekend we're having company over for gallo pinto,
Yeah.
made with some homemade coconut milk. We have taken the coconut and made the coconut milk with the fresh coconut,
So good.
and cooking the rice. And I love gallo pinto. I love it.
Oh yeah, me too.
One of my faves.
It's basically the national dish of Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who don't know what gallo pinto is, rice and beans.
Rice and beans and other things, garlic and peppers, and the rice that I made, as I say, I used coconut milk to create it, so it's pretty yummy.
Mm-hmm. And most of Latin America has some version of rice and beans, and it's fantastic. Loyam did this Caribbean style gallo pinto with the coconut milk, and fantastic.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
this one we're using the traditional seasoning,
what, the Lozano
Lozano
sauce.
Lozano, and
Good stuff.
And it says right in the recipe that if you don't have the Lozano, you're not going to make this Costa Rican typical meal. So I'm anxious to try it with this seasoning. That'll be fun. That'll be good. So other than that, we're doing fine.
Yep.
Loving life. Days slip through our fingers.
Had a couple of dry days. Beautiful day today. 3 days ago, it was one of the most torrential rains we've had here yet.
Yes.
So, you know, it's one thing that's very important here is drainage. Drainage from your property, because it's going to rain a lot. You got to have some place for the water to go.
And you don't want it to wash your property away.
Right. So, yeah, very important considerations when looking at a property, looking at a house, where you're going to build a house, all of these things. First, drainage.
Right. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
It is. There's many steps to go. It'll probably be a little while before we show you guys anything, but we just want to make sure that it's a done deal too.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's happened very quickly.
It has.
Yeah. Things have happened quickly, but I don't know. It seems like it's the right thing, and we love it here. So it's wonderful.
Absolutely. So, all right. I guess that's the. Guess that's the video for this week.
Right. Yeah, we've been out and about a couple of times, just taking drives around the area.
Oh my gosh, the place we found today for lunch.
Errands. Yeah. La Cosinga, maybe. I think it's like the Villas Aracari, south of Ubita. Just wonderful.
Yeah, we'll show you in a little video clip where we had our lunch to celebrate getting banking done today.
Right, yes. It is a celebration.
So this particular place has all kinds of trails and things like that. We didn't do the trails today because of time.
Yep.
We were gone for a while.
Hotel rooms or villas, bungalows, something. It looks like a really fun place to stay.
Yeah, so you'll see a little clip of that. We were sitting there eating, looking at the ocean.
It's lovely being so close to the ocean.
Yeah, can't beat that. All right, well, there's a few little clips that'll follow this video, and then we'll see you next Saturday. Who knows what'll happen this week? They're moving fast.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do. And there's a lot of information going back. We got over 40 videos, so if you have questions about things leading up to this part of our journey, please leave a like, leave a comment.
Yeah, because if you're just joining us now, we started this journey back in California when we were purging and packing things up and selling things. And
like last September probably,
right.
or August.
Yeah. So if you are making a move and any of those videos can be helpful for you, leave a comment and enjoy.
Yep. Thanks for the support.
Yep. Thanks for the support. Adios.
Ciao.
Okay, it hasn't been raining all day. Now that I want to film, it's raining. So these are the propane tanks. We took 4 empty ones up to Elizabeth's supermercado, and we brought 4 full ones home. We use it for cooking, for the dryer. What else? That's it? Okay, that's it. So while we were up at the supermarket, did you want to say something?
Yeah, cooking in the dryer, and yeah.
Okay, good. While we were up at Elizabeth's, there were several policia, and apparently they are checking motorcycles today. So what is that about? Not quite sure, but we are home with 4 propane tanks, safe and sound. We are on our bumpy road, leaving Platanillo, going to San Isidro to sign a sales purchase agreement with an attorney.
For our property.
For our property in Platanillo. Woo woo! This is how they trim the side of the road. Still fog on the mountains. All right, we are in San Isidro, as you can see, kind of a big place. We're gonna walk a couple of blocks to the Abogado, the attorney's office.
Okay, here we are. Rodolfo Herrera is our lawyer, and this is the contract for our property.
I think Rob looks very different as a landowner in Costa Rica, don't you? What an amazing time.
Good stuff.
And here we are at the escrow department. So this truck is in front of us. In front of him is another truck. In front of him are about 3 or 4 cars. Oh, you can see maybe the truck way in the front. And this is when Roberto is so good about
Going slow because I'm not passing 20 cars.
Oh, look at, we're passing one by one. Us too, we're going for it. Good job, Roberto. So we're coming back into Tinamaste. This place is usually foggy, cloudy, rainy. One of the reasons we did not choose Tinamaste. But it's beautiful.
Aracari. It's a beautiful little resort restaurant. We just found it on the side of the road south of Uvita. And so decided to step in. They got nature trails and they've got a little pool in the river. And we've never been here before. So we're just checking it out. Gonna get some lunch.
How's the view?
View. Look at the ocean. Amazing.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
It's Palm Day.
Good find.